What's happening, everybody? This is Christ. I am Disciple, and this is an awesome time. This is an awesome time. This is an awesome time. So, I'm going to talk with you guys about restoring Snyderverse. As you know, we're on course, well on our way. Apparently, Zack Snyder's Justice League sequels is sort of cooking and brewing. Okay, so you guys saw Zack Snyder post different things on Vero, Clay Stubb post different things on Vero. We had Clay Enos post some stuff on Twitter. But in addition to that, now we're seeing the ratings of Zack Snyder's Justice League. We know that it's been the number one film for a while, and then Variety comes out with the top, movies of 2021, and Zack Snyder's Justice League is up in there, right? So that is awesome. Now, before I go more into Zack Snyder's Justice League, permit me for a minute to read Isaiah 61, a couple verses from it. It says, "The Spirit of the Sovereign Lord is upon me, because the Lord has appointed me to bring good news to the poor. He has sent me to comfort the brokenhearted and to announce that captives will be released and prisoners freed. He has sent me to tell those who mourn in the time of the Lord's favor, it has come. With it, the day of God's anger against his enemies. To all who mourn in Israel, he will give beauty for ashes, joy instead of mourning, praise instead of despair, for the Lord has planted them like strong and graceful oaks for his own glory." I just wanted to read that because I think it's pertinent to this situation. I find that this particular situation that happened was so atrocious. But as with all things, there's always a messenger that comes on behalf of the Lord. And similarly here, on behalf of goodness, a messenger has come. And the messenger, in this case, is David Zaslav from Discovery. And what's good about it is he's rectifying the situation. And we're seeing things that we haven't seen in a good while. And we're seeing now that Zack Snyder's Justice League is getting the credit it deserves. This year was one of the best movies this year. This is what Twitter data had to say. Movies came back in full force, much like the superheroes that dominated the most discussed films of 2021. So COVID sort of kind of dialed things back. But this year, the movies came back in force. And what was the number one movie that came back in force on Twitter? Zack Snyder Justice League. Okay? The most discussed movies worldwide on Twitter. Number 10 was Batman. Number 9 was Shrek. Number 8, Godzilla vs. Kong. Number 7, Dune. Number 6, The Suicide Squad. Number 5, Black Widow. Number 4, Black Panther. Number 3, Eternals. Number 2, Spider-Man No Way Home. And number 1, Zack Snyder's Justice League. Isn't that dope, folks? Listen, I don't want to burden you for too long, but if you see this video, you know that Christ I Am Disciple is still in the building. Now, I want to just say a couple of other extra things that have a little bit to do with this, but not really. First one, if you want to support my channel, I do have a PayPal. Now, the PayPal I will put somewhere in the comment section of this video when it's finished. So I'll just put the PayPal, right? It's apgmchristtiandisciple@gmail.com. The second thing I want to say to you guys is that I'm coming out with music, and you will see some of the music videos on this channel. So stay tuned for that as well. And some of them will be, Restore the Snyderverse centric, and some of them will be on spiritual things. As you know, I always talk about spiritual things. So that's basically it for me. I'm going to catch you guys later. Zack Snyder's Justice League has turned everything around. And I think, the management and Warner Brothers, the old regime, once they're out of the window, you do understand that it looks like David Zaslav is willing to take that thing and make it run as hard as it can. We hope and pray for the best. I told you guys the Snyderverse would be restored. A lot of people told me that's not true. It won't happen. I told them it just had enough traction. And then you guys, you made your voice even heard on top of that. And you made Zack Snyder's Justice League a tremendous success. The only thing that's left for Zack Snyder's Justice League is that it goes into cinemas. And let's see how the cinematic run of Zack Snyder's Justice League would do. And that would be able to set us up for Zack Snyder's Justice League 2 and 3. Zack Snyder's been extremely successful this year, also being very successful with Army of the Dead, which was on Netflix, and he also was successful in producing Army of Thieves, and he's proceeding on with that universe that has to do with zombies and stuff like that. He's also gotten greenlit Rebel Moon, so he's shooting that. He should be shooting it right now. So all of these things are going down. Obviously, we saw the hints with Final Crisis. We saw the rankings. We saw how Variety rated Zack Snyder's Justice League was actually in there. I think this was the only comic book movie, or it was one of 2 comic book movies that actually ended up in Variety's top 10 movies of 2021. So that's incredible because, you know, it was saying Variety that was saying this movie doesn't exist. And now there you go. So I'm so happy to talk about this. I've got a song coming up, and I want you guys to hear it. But in the meantime, you guys stay safe. God be with you. Remember Isaiah 61. Remember, weeping only endures for a night, but joy comes in the morning. I'm going to catch you guys later. Peace.